Here we go. Sally! I haven't seen you in forever. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. Welcome in!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh? What should we say? Thank you for the heart, me, Seesaw! Wow, there's so many options. Seesaw! Seesaw! Seesaw's heart me song. Welcome in, Seesaw! Turn around and leave?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope!
Huh. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Oh?
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
Oh.
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around and leave again, and leave...
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Oh. Oh. Quietly continues down the path.
Is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm just gonna keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Thanks, Josu.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Uh-oh.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick.
There's a million cabins now?
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Oh
Wait,
no!
what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness.
No.
It's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods.
Of
You're here to
course.
slay her.
Okay. Oh. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja
Terrible
vu.
sense of deja vu. No, you don't
Welcome
have
in,
that.
Eliza.
This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending
I guess we'll go see the
I don't
princess.
think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining
Ashley.
my day you mean ruining everyone's day
Welcome in.
forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For
You're
all we know, we just
cleaning?
got
Excellent.
lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. You're never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task
Ashley.
ahead.
Ashley. 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 It's Ashley's heartbeat song. Hi, Oblivion. Welcome in. How are you today? Okay, let's see. Oh. Lie. Yep, okay, heading to the cabin now where I'm definitely gonna slay that princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Me too, Oblivion. I feel like I have a million billion things to do. What, Ashley? Do we get more good news?
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I think you do. I think you do,
If we're
Ashley.
stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind. The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. It's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
That's exciting, Ashley! That's awesome!
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing
Welcome
with.
in, Romeo. I do remember the nightmare you had.
I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Oh.
Ho ho ho! Piques
Oh.
my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
That's super exciting, Ashley. I'm glad.
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
Oh?
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. Ow! Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Yes, Kumi, welcome back. We're playing Slay the Princess. Let's see. Oh, the basement? That's probably where she's at. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
We should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be
You
so
won't be
fun.
looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's no mirror?
There's definitely a mirror.
Oh. That's awesome, Ashley! That's the best! Yes, Kumi, Olive actually bought this for me, and it's been sitting on the list for a while. Welcome in, Ellie. Welcome in, me, myself, and I.
There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
There definitely is a mirror. I also want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I
shouldn't
am.
waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you.
It
Use
is
your
Ellie?
eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
We just started it, and it's my very first time playing, and I'm super excited. Welcome in, Lauren.
So we're all in agreement. We're looking.
I'm curious about this mirror. Oh! Oops. Should I save? Okay, that's fine. Approach the mirror. I want to know.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
It's a wall. Thank you, Kumi. I decided to wear my biggest bindi today.
This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look. But it was there a second ago.
Why are we scaly?
Now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Thank you, Ellie. I actually went the route of not going to the cabin, and the world ended, so... Let's see. Should I take the blade? I kind of don't. I just want to enter the basement without the blade.
The door to the basement
my
creaks
God.
open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Oh, unidentifiable materials?
Nothing here seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
Only 12 minutes, Kumi. We're super fresh. Okay, I'll try to, Ellie.
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. The kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once.
Oh.
An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Yes.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
Oh.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
Oh?
No.
Oh, I don't like that.
Thank you. Don't be such a baby.
No, thank you. Oh, thank you, Ellie. Oh, that's awesome. I had no idea.
I don't want to do this.
Thank you.
Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
I love a good look, eh?
We don't even have a weapon.
That's
But
true.
we
I didn't
already
take the
tried turning around
weapon.
and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Ooh. There's harsh stairs to the left, center stairs, and soft stairs to the right. I always like going left for some reason, so we're gonna go left.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs, until there's nothing left in them to feel.
Ooh.
The air around you grows cold and burning.
Sorry.
At first a barely noticeable drop,
Oh
quickly evolving into
no.
a numbing cold.
Am I on a dragon or
Your toes
something?
feel like
What the
blocks of
heck?
ice. Your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor.
I'm not left-handed, Kumi, but I just like choosing left for some reason when I'm like in mazes or something.
You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill.
It looks like we're about to be impaled. These are not stairs anymore.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Whoa! What the heck? What?
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey. A continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
In my head, I say right is always right, but left is always best, and I don't know why. Don't know why.
Consumption and betrayal.
Whoa.
Skepticism and blind devotion. Rivalry and submission. Terror and longing. Pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you...
What the
Oh,
hell
God.
was that? What happened to us?
Oh, I did it too
I feel
fast.
so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember.
Thank you,
Well,
Ellie.
I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. Seems normal.
Thank you, Ellie. Let's see, Ellie's Heart Me song.
Well, just because I'm being haunted doesn't mean I can't be beautiful.
Ellie! Thank you. Thank you, Ellie. Ellie's Heart Me song. Let's see. Ellie, 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 Ellie. It's Ellie's Heart Me song. Thank you so much, Ellie. Oh, we have so many options. Let's say you're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you.
And do you believe that? Do you think I'm some
Thank
sort
you so
of...
much, Ellie.
monster?
Oh my god.
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures.
Oh.
And where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
Oh?
We can do that? Not like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Oh. Even more of her. Try and free her? Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
What, like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Oh.
We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Okay, so there's like, she has multiple personalities?
Oh, I thought they would send something better to deal with me. If the stairs manage to chew you up,
I will devour you.
There's more of you now.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. It must be fear creeping into your heart.
You know you can't stop me.
Thank you for the follow.
There must be something wrong with you.
Whoa.
I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
There's more?
She fractures again. I
Again?
don't know where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before
this
things
because
get
of the
more complicated
stairs?
than they already are.
Oh.
How would we even do that? Where would we start? Always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs.
Hi, you! Welcome in!
Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it.
Muse a subscriber!
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore.
Mira.
We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Okay, let's see. Oh, you could do all of them? It's like you can't just choose one of these. You could try and free her, leave her in the basement, and retrieve the blade? Oh, what the heck? What's your
You
name?
can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Oh, thank you, Mira! Mira, 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 Mira. It's Mira. It's Mira's Heart Me song.
Princess.
Princess.
It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one
It
around?
is! This is Slay the Princess going even faster.
Oh, I don't need a name.
My name is whatever hushed whispers follow in the wake of my devastation.
None of them have names.
Thank you, Mira!
How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
None of them have names. If I let you out of here, what are you going
I
to
don't
do?
think what I do really matters, does it? I just want to live my life.
Oh, there's more.
I'm a prisoner here, and whether or not you shoved me down here, you're practically my captor at this point. Anything I'd say is tainted by that. Besides,
You already know what I'm going to do.
if you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Thank you, Mira.
Not a single real answer.
Not a single
At least
one.
aside from this blood and destruction, it's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different?
Welcome in, David.
Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
How are you today? Welcome in, Murderous Pinata.
Just do something. Do anything.
Do
all of it,
anything?
if that's what you want. This place
Okay.
is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Alright, we're gonna do all of it. I'm getting you out of here. Try and free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave her in the basement and retrieve the blade. We can only choose all of this. We can't just choose one.
Wait, that's not right.
That's not
Go on.
right.
You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
Oh yeah, good luck with the cold, David.
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the
Oh.
blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain
What?
upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Oh, we're doing all of
Is this what the
it?
end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world, the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone.
Oh.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit.
Oh.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
Oh. Mira, do you need sugar? Do you need water?
We should help her. I think we did this.
Uh-oh.
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I'll do my best. But you don't know if she had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with something else.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's Maybelline. There's the mirror. Ooh. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that.
I'm gonna approach the
I'm
mirror.
begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. We're a scaly little Argonian, aren't we? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you! You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin? You are at the cabin! Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What? The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes.
So many arms.
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Hi Sam, this is Slay the Princess. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
You're welcome, Sam. Hi, welcome in. Let's see. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Welcome in, Isabella. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope. as I witness you.
I don't know how to say your username because it's just a little, cute little face. But, hello, finger heart. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Just call you cute face? Okay. Welcome in, cute face.
Give me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
We're only at 4,000 likes right now, Kumi. In the game, we're supposed to slay the princess. We are doing butterflies, but we need 1,000 more likes before we do the first butterfly. And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished.
I know, it's
Dry,
TikTok shenanigans,
hollow.
Kumi. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Oh, okay. How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you. You are as I am now.
Wait forever.
And forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever?
Welcome back,
Will you
Scott!
place the images of you and I
How are
into
you
a
today?
box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage.
We're at 5 now. Say a color.
You'll always come back to the box.
Okay, now pink.
Because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
It closed the game! It closed the game! The audacity? Alright, we don't have pink, but we have yellow with a little bit of pink, so we'll do that. I see how it's playing. What's the purple? Oh, that's Bibble! That's Bibble. Bibble's the purple and blue thing.
You have returned to me.
Oh, we opened
Though
it back
we're
up and
gone
here we are.
moments, I never left your side.
That was pretty good game, honestly. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh. Everything goes dark and you die. Oh. That's cool. Chapter 1, the hero and the princess. Psych!
You're on
It
a
really
path
did.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
It gave me a
And in the
computer
basement
virus.
of that
No.
Is a princess.
Ooh.
You're here to slay her.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going down the world is because she's
While
locked
I
up?
appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
We've been at this for 35 minutes, Ska. We've gotten I don't know, 2 endings? We are running up.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Everybody says Luna. That's the first
Before
mistake.
you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this.
I'm not the moon, I'm a high summoner.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end. There is no changing that.
I would never,
It's no
Scar.
use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Thank you for sharing the live, everybody. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
It does, Ellie. That's where I
If
got it
anything,
from.
Slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Let's see. Do I get some sort of reward for doing
Yes,
this?
but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Can you tell me what my prize is going to be to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even
100%
better
run?
than your
That's
wildest
crazy.
imagination.
You know what? I've actually never finished, the game I got it from. I finished Final Fantasy X, but I've never finished Final Fantasy X2. I just never have. It's something I want to do, but it just takes a while. And then I'm always busy, and I'm like, ah, I really want to, though. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short
It's
path
okay,
to the
Kumi.
cabin.
Someone said pink.
You'll find the princess within.
This is yellow with a little bit of pink because we don't have a super pink one, so you still won.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Yes, I made sure you
Don't
got your
believe a
pink.
word she says.
Okay. Into the cabin we go again.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine
Oh, it's not
layer of
fractured
rust.
this time.
The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I think there are multiple endings.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, I will take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I know it's worth it, I just never get to it. I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I got
The door
halfway
to the
through it,
basement
and I never
creaks
finished
open,
it.
revealing a staircase faintly
But I've done that, like,
illuminated by an
multiple
unseen
times.
light in the room below.
Oh.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge
Dangerous,
down here.
who's there?
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Okay.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
So coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
Welcome in, Scary Terry.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Nah. Nuh-uh.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Thank you, Ellie. Yeah, I wanted to do the weird ones. Going to need it.
So here we are.
Okay.
What an awkward start to a relationship.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
Chop her arm off?
She is. I'm sure of it.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world.
Welcome
I
in,
think.
Redif. I think.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Oh.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
They sure haven't. I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise we'd be killing each other and
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal.
Thank you so much, Wymie, for the Live Fest clappers. Thank you.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation,
Do I,
and there's a
Ellie?
reason that you've listened.
Thank you. You know, I should have worn my princess dress, Ellie, now that I think about it. Would have looked more like her. I have these puffy sleeves, even.
So,
See.
I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do
According
any
to the
other
judgment
number
of the
good
Oratrice
things that I'm
Mécanique
sure you
d'Analyse
think
Cardinal.
you'd like to hear.
Thank you so much, Wymie! What the heck? Thank you. Thank you for the Live Fest clappers.
But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
Cosplay, no. I've been told that I look like Amanda from Rule of Rose. I need to get like a curly wig and do that.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
I don't like the way she's
She's
saying
wrong.
that.
This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Thank you so much, Wymie! You did? Did you go to my YouTube channel? Rule of Rose is the best. It made me cry. It's the first game to make me cry on camera. Let's see. And there's only 2 of them so far. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
I love the Rule of Rose costumes. Let's see. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Welcome back, Itsy Bitsy Fitsy. A relationship, are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I haven't seen Broken Age, Seesaw. Or I haven't played it or seen it.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help.
Yes, honorific, yes.
And if you don't,
Ooh.
I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't.
I'm gonna
No
do
one
the weird
wins here.
ones. The weird routes.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these
Slothful
chains.
Waffle, welcome in.
She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
I feel like the music needs to be a little lower.
Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
She is slothful. No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her down
It'll be
here.
the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Ooh. It is, and we make different choices and we could get different endings, Slothful. It's called Slay the Princess. It's fairly new game. I think it's been out for like a month or so.
Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale. According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale. According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale. According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
Let's go.
According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
Thank you, Wymie, so much. Thank you for the live fest clappers. So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster.
I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be.
Oh.
Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
Oh?
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night
Oh, no,
to
no, no,
silence
no, no.
in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar. Its lock broken.
Ellie, thank you!
Shoved out of the way.
Ellie's leveling up on the team. Thank you for the team bracelets.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Oh!
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs.
No.
You lie prone on the floor of the
No,
cabin,
no, 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 no,
unable to do
no, no,
anything
no.
but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer,
Oh my god.
one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Oh, our organs.
Or maybe
Oh.
I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
What? Dang it. Chapter 2, the nightmare. Okay, so we did make it to a chapter 2.
You're on a path in the woods,
Ooh.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're
Thank you for the
here to
rose
slay her.
waffle.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, let's see. But I died. What am I
I
doing
can assure
here?
you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh! What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you?
Ooh, he
Shit.
does hear us. No! Shit, no.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard
Welcome
pressed
in,
to keep any
Bjorn.
secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time.
Welcome in, Star Lock.
I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all.
Sassy narrator. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there.
Hi, Hackerin, welcome
Do you
in.
want us to slay the princess? Or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Hi, Hackerin. I'm doing splendiferous.
Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working.
Ooh.
And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
I want to do the leaving one.
This is good. I was worried you might fall for his shit again, but this is good. Whatever answers there are to be found, they aren't here, and they definitely aren't there.
Love the voice of the paranoid.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
I want to do this again, but go down the different stairs. So I'd be
strange.
sick. Oh, look. Alright, we're going to turn around and leave again. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns! There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know it dwells in the empty spaces. Oh no! She came back! Feel its probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will? No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. What? No, I wanted to take the different stairs. I want to take the different stairs. Where do I leave? Can't someone else do this? No. Forget it.
Are you serious? Does it?
But I want to leave! Dang it! I want to go to the different stairs. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Okay.
You make your... The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade...
Okay. We're not gonna take the blade this time.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing.
It's closed.
It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember
Welcome
it for
in,
the
learn
rest
to
of your
love.
life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Thank you for the corn, learn to love.
It's closed.
I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi.
She's beautiful.
I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Thank you for the heart me learn to love. Let's see. I will learn to love again. I will learn to love. That's Learn to Love's Heart Me song.
Don't do it.
Thank you, Learn
If
to
she
Love.
gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Oh.
No, you're doing the
Oh.
right thing.
Look, I'm in a Pop-Tartic.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
You did, Pop-Tartic. Excellent. It's been really fun so far. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Oh.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete
Oh.
nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
That's excellent, Ashley. We love progress. Hey, let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Busy, busy, busy.
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Turn to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
It's not, Ashley.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Oh my God.
before raising her arm to her mouth, her
Oh my
teeth
God.
tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped
Oh
wolf.
my
As
god.
she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from
Oh
upstairs.
my god.
You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment,
Oh my God.
you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the
Jesus.
princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
No.
Her limb falls to the
Oh.
ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Oh.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
She
No.
really didn't.
She didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
Hi, Stinky. This is Slay the Princess.
How is she still smiling
Unbothered
after
queen.
everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair,
No.
your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
No!
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that
Thank
she's
you,
free.
Hackeran. Hacker Ran. Ram. It's Hackeran's Heart Me song.
We could have gotten out of
Thank
here
you,
together.
Hackeran.
Were you just lying to me this whole time?
Ooh. Welcome
I
in,
don't know what's
Jess.
come over you, but if I have to kill you,
Welcome in, Nuffle.
then I'll kill you.
Oh.
Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
Ooh.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart.
No.
It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor.
Oh my god.
Your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground
Capri-Sun,
beneath
what a
you.
good username.
She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the dark.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Jess, thank you! Thank you for the blooming ribbons. That's one of my favorites. I love the Shrek sound alert. Thank you, Jess! Yeah!
If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict
you so
will be enough to
much.
at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach
You're
the
the best,
outside
Jess.
world.
Thank you.
It can't just end like this, right?
She's crazy.
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry.
This is
It's
the
over.
narrator's fault. This is the
Everything goes
narrator's
dark.
fault.
And you die.
No. Chapter 2, The Witch. Oh, it's a new chapter. Chapter 2 is always something
You're on
different.
a path. You're here to...
But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here
I can
again?
assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Thank you, Jess. This is the first butterfly of the stream. It's a little yellow-pink butterfly.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue. Bit of the old
True.
brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so
Yeah.
let's get on with the show.
Very good opportunist. Very good backtracking. Let's proceed to the cabin. Let's do it.
A warning. But she will don't want...
She will lie, and she will cheat, and she will do anything in her power.
The interior of the cabin is a mess
Oh,
of
it's
twisted
different.
roofs. The walls a chaotic weave
Yeah.
of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is
Just
damp and
happens
earthy,
to
and the
resemble
only
a
furniture of
room.
note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
That's sick. Okay, cool. Let's see.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, let's see. Do I want to approach the mirror again? Kind of. We'll take
You
the
take
blade.
the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
True.
That's not actually
That's not
a bad idea.
Into the basement. I'm excited. Ooh, the basement's looking
The
different.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth.
Thank you for the follow, Shay.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Thank you, Shay. These are the Somic headphones, S-O-M-I-C. The ears do come off if you want them to, and I got them from Amazon. They're like, I'd say mid-range headphones. They're like $30 to $40. It says 8,000 for me, Ashley. It says 8,000 for me. It's probably a bunch of TikTok nonsense. It's 8.1 thousand now.
Her voice skitters up from below.
That's alright, cute face.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
Me too, Ashley. Oh, a wretched little thing. Welcome in, Soggy.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Oh no.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world.
That's okay, it happens all the time,
There's
Ashley.
no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Pink hair gang, Shay? True, true. I have like pink, purple hair even. I have purple hair, but it's just so long that you can't see it.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say?
It's at the bottom.
Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
You know what? I got myself an early Christmas gift. I was on Mercari and there's like this hair dye seller that I really like, and they had 30 things of hair dye, and with shipping it was $2.50 for 30 units of punky color hair dye, and I could choose the ones that I want. And yeah, so I got that because that's gonna last me a while. It's very long. It's like it's above my butt. I don't know if you could tell that that's purple. It's an amazing deal. I was like, heck yeah, heck yeah.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what
really
to do
cute,
with
Shay.
the princess.
Thank you, Ashley.
Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you.
Oh.
You descend the basement steps.
She's looking like a little
entering the dark
gremlin.
room
She's looking
below.
like a gremlin.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright.
Pinkish red is good
glaring from amid
too.
the thick roots.
They were out of pink and yellow hair dye, which was a real bummer to me, but I got mostly like oranges, yellow, or not yellow, oranges, reds, and something else I can't remember, but I really like orange.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back,
Back
gripping
in
that
the
sharp,
mouth.
sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses.
Oh. How did
Good.
you know that?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's
Not in
pretty
this
sharp.
particular
How'd you
one.
figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you?
That's awesome, Jess.
No, I don't.
Does she have
But
a
you
tail?
and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
Maybe.
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay
Shay,
her.
no.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
You think that's her dress? What if that's her hair? That could be hair.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things
It does
more
look like a
difficult
little
than they have
fin
to
or
be.
something. This thing right here.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Oh.
It's Brittany, bitch.
I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. Give her the blade.
You can't be serious.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote.
Definitely a
The
tail, you
blade is
think?
one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no.
We have to make it right somehow.
As do I.
We broke the trust. Oh, okay, Shay.
I abstain. You abstain.
Abstain.
She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This isn't a democracy. We're giving her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do.
Ooh, Mira wins. Sneaky Mira.
You toss the blade at the princess's
A
feet.
blue butterfly for Mira.
She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
You hear a clanging of metal against the dirt floor, and the chains fall from the princess's wrist.
Oh.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little...
I know. That's what I said. Mira wins
A woman
blue.
after my own
Fruit.
heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now.
A beautiful blue butterfly for Mira.
Luckily for us, you're not her. Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that. Whatever you say next, you better make it count. She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
Oh, it was meant to be sent earlier. Okay.
What do you think happens now?
Oh. It's up to you. It's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it, so now it's your time to choose.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on
That's
me.
definitely a tail, isn't it? That's a tail.
And then she buries the
Oh
blade in the heart.
no. We could have been friends.
What? No. No, come on, that's not right. I told you. This is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall.
No.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes
She is
brim with
cute.
tears.
Look at her hairy legs. Love it. They gave her hairy legs.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
Accurate.
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark,
Dang it.
and you die.
Maybe that'll help us next time, though. Chapter 3, The Thorn. Oh, I don't think I've ever gotten to Chapter 3 before.
You're on a path in the woods. Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I
Welcome
might
in,
add,
Banana Far.
I voted against.
But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway.
I don't shave till it feels like there's like a bunch of bugs on my legs. Like I'll be like, it'll feel like something's brushing against me, and then I'll go to like wipe it off, and then I'll be like, oh, that's my hair, and then I'll shave.
I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent.
You understand? Excellent.
Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that
Same.
we can change. Maybe that's
Good.
all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and
He's
give another
arguing
try.
with the narrator and the voices in his head.
Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other.
I can have mammoth legs if I want to. I just really like having smooth legs. It just feels nice to me.
Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually.
Yes, Sharp, you understand.
Sure. Twice.
Welcome in,
Then I'll
Doodles.
spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know...
According to the judgment of the oratrice
So don't muck
mécanique
this up.
d'analyse
Bad
cardinale.
numbers isn't your first time through.
Thank you, Jess, for the live fest clappers. Thank you. This place is different. It keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which
Thank you,
in
Hacker
turn
Red.
likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
Thank you, Hacker Red. Let's see. Okay. We're even now. I'm sure she understands that. But we can see what she has to say for herself when we get to the cabin.
Yes. Good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and you're the smartest in the room. I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it.
I know a lot of women that are like, oh, I didn't shave my legs, and then you look at their legs and there's like no hair, and you're like, oh, you didn't?
Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust.
I'm sure you could dye your leg hair. I'm sure you could.
Trust in what plan?
I know girls that dye their armpits.
The decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret.
Welcome back,
from
Jaden.
himself.
True, it might stain your leg. That's a good point. You'd have to be very careful, I feel like.
Sure, we'll see what she has to say for herself, but don't forget that whatever she says is likely just as much lies as what he's been telling us. We should keep our cards close to our
Voice
chest.
of the cheated. We have a voice of the cheated
If I were
now.
you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is. You should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world.
No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me?
Everyone.
I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior
Well,
at all
look at
anymore.
that. That's
Burned out
cool.
ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. This is supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she?
I guess she can.
Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do.
True.
I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different.
How do we even get down there? The only thing I see is that mirror.
Why didn't you mention the mirror?
Thank you for the follow, honeybee.
But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right? Yeah, it counts for something. He's either a liar or he doesn't hold all the cards. But I think we already knew it had to be one of those. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there
Probably.
isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
Welcome, honeybee. Okay, approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
Might as well take a look while we can. There's nothing else to do here now that the knife has been taken from us.
Wipe the mirror
Reach
clean.
forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you?
Why is there so much with the
Can't be
mirror?
good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough.
Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Enter the basement.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below.
Oh.
The stairs to the basement
Oh
are
my
covered in a
God.
fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease. At least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
Right? The mirrors must be important.
I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going.
They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you,
Hobbles.
can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I want to free you. I mean it.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here, and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Proceed down the stairs.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward.
It is Bibble on the back. User 40621294211809.
You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles. The space thick with hostile vegetation.
By the way, guys, today's the very last day of Live Fest. I thought yesterday was. It's actually today. We are rank 100, I think.
At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess. Her bloody,
That's
trembling
crazy.
hands clutching a pristine blade.
Oh.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you if you'll let me.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm as trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Is there nothing I can say to change your mind? Hi, Shippy. This is Slay the Princess.
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own.
Thanks for the follow, Priestess Gaming.
Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. It does feel like we're stuck until we do something.
If there's even anything to do besides make things worse. We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us.
What do you mean, Mira? Up? What do you mean up? Let's see. Then maybe it's past time for either of us to say anything. All that counts is action. Let's say, can I take the blade now?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
Reach for the blade.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort.
Oh, okay. Correcting your typo.
But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
I'll be damned. She really gave it to us.
Oh, be damned. Welcome in, Lala Falaka.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it. We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do.
I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. It's 2 against 1.
She is, Mira.
It's 2 against 2.
Oh.
You don't count.
And why shouldn't he count?
True.
Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Cut her free.
Yes. What a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends.
It is, Mira.
You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart.
Is that really all you've got? Threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you.
Our blade didn't even waver when he said that.
Yeah, you're right. He's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Of course I did.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Cut into the thorns or step into the thorns? Oh, is there that much of a difference? The logical thing would be to cut into the thorns. Why do we step into them? I'm really curious. I want to say step into the thorns.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield.
Okay.
Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your... You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Step into your freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out.
That's pretty. Look at the stars.
Irredeemable murderers.
Irredeemable murderers?
What do we do now?
Oh.
Well, where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
No! She got eaten by the fractures. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
No.
Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
It feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. So, this is all going to work out. Finally. We're going places.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. We're gonna see the fractures. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither?
Oh, they stole her.
But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am. What I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories
She was a
of you,
fairy. Welcome in
but
snow!
their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me.
Hi, Snow!
The
How are you
wounds they've
today?
suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
Hi, Felicity.
I would be
Welcome
alone
back.
and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Thank you for the roses, Taylor. Let's see. How many more vessels do I need to bring to you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
Oh, happy birthday, Snow! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Snow. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
You will have your
Happy
rest in
birthday!
due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Yes, happy
We will meet
birthdays for
again.
Snow in the chat. Oh, everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1, the hero and the princess. No, not chapter 1
You're
again.
on the path. You're here.
According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale. According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
Thank you, Hackerin! Yeah, we're halfway to the gift goal. Thank you. Sweet, I've always wanted to offer Monarch. Viva la revolution!
That's the spirit.
We'll try a different paths, yes.
You make your way
actually.
up the short path to the cabin.
This is cool,
You'll
Neil.
find the princess within.
Alright, we're going to the cabin.
According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
The air is stale and musty.
According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
The only
According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
perched on that table.
According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale. According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale. According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
Rather
Thank you,
difficult to say.
Snow!
According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale. According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale. According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
Dang, Snow's level 35!
According to the judgment of the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale.
Snow's our highest level team member. Snow! Okay, let's see. Snow, Hackerin, Why Me, and Jess. What are we pigeoning? What are we pigeoning, Giftas? The Giftas are gonna brew us up a little pigeon song.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I don't know if anyone's gonna overtake you, Snow. I don't know.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
You are the queen.
Who's
at the
there?
moment.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you?
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job.
What are we
You gave
pigeoning?
away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Snow really
There's
is.
a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Snow is asking for pigeon song suggestions, everybody. What do you think, Hackerin?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Oh, Hackerin passes the ball back to Snow. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Ooh, pity party. Okay, let's do it. Perfect. We'll do a beautiful pity party pigeon song. Oh, that's good too. A pity party pigeon song. Pity party pigeon song. Yeah. We're pulling it up. Hi Alexia, this is Slay the Princess. We just met the gift goal, so we're about to pigeon a Melanie Martinez song. The ads. Let's pause this for a second so it doesn't buffer. Let's give it a little bit, tiny little bit of time to load. Just the tiniest little time to load.
Did my invitations disappear? Why'd I put my heart on every cursive letter? Tell me why the hell no one is here. Tell me what to do to make it all feel better. Maybe it's a cool joke on me. Whatever, whatever. Just means there's way more cake for me. Forever, forever. It's my party and I'm crying for one to, crying for one to, till the candles burn down this place. I'm crying for the pity parties in flames. It's my party and I'm crying for one to, crying for one to, till the candles burn down this place. I'm crying till the pity parties in flames. Maybe if I knew all of them well, I wouldn't have been trapped inside this hell that holds me. Maybe if I casted out a spell, but told them decorations weren't pastel ribbons. Maybe it's a cool joke on me. Whatever, whatever. Just means there's way more cake for me. Forever, forever. It's my party and I'm crying for one to, crying for one to, It's my party and I'm crying for one too. It's my party and I'm crying for one too. Crying for one too. I'm going till the candles burn down this place. I'm going till my pity party is in flames. It's my party and I'm crying for one too. Crying for one too. I'm going till the candles burn down this place. I'm going till my pity party is in flames. It's my party, 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 and I'm crying for one too, crying for one too,
Oh yeah. I love me some Melanie Martinez. You can't even hear me, oh no. We'll turn it up, we'll turn the mic up, it's fine. Alright, back to Slay the Princess! Thank you so much, Snow! The gift goal has been reset. I love some Melanie Martinez. Let's tighten our grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing.
Yeah.
Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me?
Thank you, Snow.
Because
Thank you,
you should
Hackaway.
be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Oh.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Today is the last day of Live Fest. We're ranked 99 right now, which is awesome. And bonus time starts in an hour and a half. I thought yesterday was the last day, but I was wrong. Let's see.
It's Brittany, bitch.
I'm sorry. Can we just talk?
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Oh, threatened,
What
are
was
we?
what?
You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Oh. Fine, then I guess we're at an impasse.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
That's great, Juan! Let's see. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
How many more kings have slayed her? I don't know.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm going to go check upstairs. Maybe it's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Of course I do.
Someone else here?
Hey, let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
I haven't slayed the princess yet. Well, I guess actually I have. However, it was against my will because the narrator made me do it. Try the door.
But I'll repeat myself once.
Okay, we'll return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom
We
of the
have
stairs.
been nice there.
This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier.
I heard the door slam. The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your better
Oh, jeez.
judgment, you place the blade against
Yeah,
the
it's 7
princess's
months,
arm,
Saccharin!
just above the massive,
That's
unyielding
sick.
chain. You cut into her flesh.
Hi, Ark. This is Slay the Princess.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it.
Jesus.
Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Welcome in, Magister. Hi, Ark. You're welcome.
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
He's doing it again.
Watch me. You bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. Okay. There's no going back now. Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she barely so much as flinches, turning around to stare at you incredulously.
She's like, excuse you?
Are you serious? I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with one.
Welcome in, Strawberry.
But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
That's the wrong side, Hackerin. Give up.
As the blade falls from your trembling hands, the princess rears back, readying a bone-shattering haymaker.
A bone-shattering haymaker?
You fall to your knees, barely able to process the ringing in
That's
your ears
different
before
from
she
last
hits you
time.
again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you. If we're lucky, the wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, we'll kill her before she gets out.
Oh, too weak to even try fighting back. How disappointing.
It's John Cena.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end like this, right? I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
We're dead again. Chapter 2, the tower. Oh, have we done the tower?
You're on a path you're here.
Okay. Okay, no.
Don't you start grandstanding about morals.
Thank you, Sapphire, for the follow.
Right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to
Voice
stop
of the
her.
Broken.
She's just going to kill us
We
again.
haven't had Voice of the Broken
She's
yet.
not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her.
Pledge yourself to
stress enough
her.
how absolutely
Oh, I'm definitely
catastrophic
going to do that
would be
now.
for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible.
We're about to go full simp.
So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the
We haven't
cabin
been
is
here
larger and
before.
more grandiose than its humble exterior would
Yes.
suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
We are small. Let's take the blade.
Take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Into the basement. Oh, the mirror disappeared when we entered the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Witness me!
Kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time.
Witness?
We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Thank you, Xavier!
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down.
Uh-oh. Student loans have joined the chat.
It
Uh-oh.
doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Alright, continue down the stairs.
Making
We're
your
about
way
to see
down
her.
the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight.
Whoa, look at
figure
her.
Framed by a stained glass window. Her long
Whoa!
hair
She looks
billows
sick.
around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
You know what sucks? The Biden loan forgiveness? I signed up for that and I got an email that was like, hey, you qualified for it, but we were blocked by whatever. And So, it's like, yeah, your loans would be forgiven if this program went through, but it didn't. And I was like, oh, that's so cool, thanks. Thanks.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
Oren for Hakuren. A beautiful orange butterfly for Hakuren.
The little bird has returned.
Did my sound go missing?
I wonder what he wants.
Look, student loans is here. Ooh, if I wasn't gonna pledge to her before, I am now. True.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
A beautiful orange butterfly.
Drop it.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor.
It was just TikTok. Okay, good.
We didn't have to do that. And yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Oh! Oh! Okay.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
Okay.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death?
The narrator.
Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
Ooh, welcome in, Kim Foy! If you're in here. Let's see, you're supposed to end the world.
You weak-willed buffoon.
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
Uh-oh.
It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to her.
Maybe she'll be nice to us. Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in
Not the
discussing
Sims in the
destiny
chat.
with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
Oh. What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Oh!
There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Oh? What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
If you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself?
Be rude. Of course she can.
It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world.
Not the birds in the chat.
That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
Not the chirps in the chat. I'm not going to help you in the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that.
I say,
welcome in, Fart Girl. I am having a good stream.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it.
Uh-oh.
It's what she wants. No objections here. Don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but you might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Oh, you can't. Oh?
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand!
Oh.
That's easy. See? This isn't so bad. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway. You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come, dragging out the long, painful seconds.
Chat simping hard.
But all silences are broken eventually.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance.
Oh.
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What? You
what?
Have to listen to her. Your art. Just
what?
still your nerves. Step forward and end this.
I want a quick load.
Huh. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Hold on.
You need it.
Where'd my leg go?
The chain is
No. Here's what it is. We're gonna load. And we're gonna go here. And we're gonna pledge ourselves.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
We have to know.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
This is what you want, then I guess there's not.
This is what the chat wants.
No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you?
The narrator.
That's impossible. She's not supposed to interact with me.
You're a small one.
Oh!
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ooh!
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Break her chains.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
Not the chirps in the chat! Take her hand. Oh! Oh! They got her. Got him. Got him! But you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go?
This is neat, Key.
Is that a... Why is it here?
Mira, yes. Take my hand. Take my whole life too. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered! We've withered? Last time we grew. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Interesting. You are at a cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
It is, Davnes. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Oop. Chapter 1, of course.
You're on a path. You're here to slay her.
Forget it. I'm not doing this. The end of the world? What are you talking about?
The end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
You're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
It does, doesn't it? Okay, fine. I'll go to the cabin.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, you make your way up the shore.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior.
We're going in without the knife.
Hello? Is someone there?
Is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you.
Continue down the stairs.
You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
It is Bibble, DJ.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Princess, Princess. Do 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 do. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
We're here to slay the princess,
Okay,
DJ.
that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted.
If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating?
For real, though.
She has to eat, right?
This is tough. I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. No, I want to do something different. I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. Retrieve the blade.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
So, what? You're going to try and kill me? You'll regret this. I promise you. But go ahead. Run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. Do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm.
No!
Its quivering flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Oh no!
Did this room get a lot bigger?
I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over?
Coward.
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Let's finish
Your eyes
this.
dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Close the door behind you.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Investigate the
You
arm.
step forward to investigate the severed limb. A trail of blood leads from its jagged stump into a dark corner of the basement.
What's a jagged stump?
And then you hear the quiet patter of feet against the floor, and there's suddenly a weight on your shoulders. The princess tears into you. Her teeth and claws are unnaturally sharp, ripping into your shoulders, digging into your throat. You fall to the ground, the princess eagerly tearing at your flesh. The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of cooling blood. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Beast. Oh, the Beast. Okay. Go to the cabin.
A warning. She will. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters.
We'll nurse her
A
back
lie's
to
a lie,
health.
and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
Voice of the Hunted. We haven't had Voice of the Hunted before.
A roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Maybe.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Approach the mirror.
Walk up. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know that there was, and now it's gone.
No mirror.
No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk.
Oh, it's a butterfly,
We'll just have to
Xavier.
trust that we made the right call.
Every
We'll still
5,000
be
likes I
here
put a
if we need
butterfly
it.
on my face. By the way, we're missing a butterfly. We have 20,000 likes. We're missing a butterfly. Someone say a color.
The door to the basement creaks open,
Ooh.
revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful.
Geen. Okay, Geen. We'll do a beautiful Geen
The
butterfly.
air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle.
Brick.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
Oh, I have that sound
She
alert.
sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager.
A beautiful green butterfly from you.
You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the
Whoa!
earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does.
She does have a tail this
The
time.
shining
Oh, look
eyes
at her.
appear between the leaves,
Look at
staring
her.
angrily at you from the darkness.
I
Oh.
can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
We don't have to kill each other, you know that, right?
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous, a lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower.
Oh.
This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
Well,
You are in a dark,
oh my god.
place.
No.
Thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to
Oh.
Your hands.
Well, chat got what we wanted.
surround you
We're
as they
inside her.
press in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
You spoke when you needed to act.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you...
I didn't get the knife,
you
Rick.
don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else.
Look, I'm in Allegra.
You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat.
Oh.
And I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
Oh.
Stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work?
Oh?
Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
You could have asked me before swallowing me alive.
I acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
Fine, you can leave.
Can I?
The click of what you presume to be a door ripples through the layers of suffocating flesh.
That wasn't so hard.
You feel her take another massive step, and then another, and then it's gone quiet, hasn't it?
You can feel a churning in the forms around you, and then a wet tunneling before you are ejected to a place that is nowhere at all. So he just got pooped out?
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me.
Seesaw, no.
For you.
Oh, look at us. Oh, that's us. Is it? No, wait, that's her? That's her and this is us.
This place is cold.
Oh. She got eaten. But before you can say anything to her, she's gone. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Not we've been birthed. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. So first we've grown, and then we've withered, and now we've unraveled. Unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You were at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
There's trees and stars, and there are people. I think at least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They
do not last. Okay. Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is consumed by instinct. A predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart. She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice. Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
There's no waiting forever. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Oh, okay. Everything goes dark and you die, so I have one more? One more time?
You're on a path. You're hit.
Go to the cabin.
You make your way up the inner blade is your...
Take the blade.
Take the blade from the table.
Done with dinner? Excellent, Ashley.
The basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you.
Just checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the farm.
Thank you for the roses, Jaylee.
She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why do you even think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it.
You want Healy Seesaw? Those are fun.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Should we slay her?
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Alright, we'll try it.
Doubt, unfortunately.
Whoa, look at that!
As you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Holy shit, that hurt!
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
We can still turn this around.
Oh yeah, Hackerin. Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
Excuse me?
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there?
Oh?
If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
Oh.
The princess gasps. Her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Adversary! Ooh, I haven't done this before.
You're hit.
Okay, alright. What if we turn around and leave?
To my completion.
Oh.
Do not go further astray.
Oh, okay.
A warning. She will lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all.
Voice of the stubborn.
Matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle
That's
of
a new
fight.
voice.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal, let's just get on with it already! Okay.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Thanks for the follow, Taylor. Let's take the blade
from the altar.
I want to approach the mirror again.
Sure. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope that there was, and now it's gone. So all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
It's time to
duel. Stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it.
It smells like farts. That's what he says.
He
says it smells like farts.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Fart girl, yay!
Sounds like my kind of princess.
Oh!
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember,
Felicity!
You're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
Felicity loves farts.
As you descend the final step,
she has a devil tail. She's a little devil.
It looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find a way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
Thank you, Hackerren! Hackerren with the ICU. Thank you.
And you brought your little knife, too. Yes.
Ooh.
I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Oh. So you do remember me?
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking. Alright, fine. If you're not going to address it, I will. What? You've already met the princess has already met you. The two of you killed each other. Did you think you'd be able to just openly talk about all that without me noticing? Maybe. You did seem to just gloss over the whole thing for a while. Of course I glossed over it. When a colleague says something insane, glossing over it is one of the best ways to stay focused and keep moving forward. Enough is enough. I believe you. And that's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me! I don't remember. Are you okay?
Oh.
Of course I'm not okay! As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Oh. You got me. Pretty much everything you said is just true.
I know. You and the princess have been talking about it. You don't have to be so snarky.
You look different.
You look exactly the same.
I don't know what happened to you since the last time we met, but I am not fighting a giant demon lady. Bye! Save.
Oh, you've got everything coming if you think you can just turn around and leave.
Oh. Oh!
You hear the heavy creak of straining metal, and then a snap.
Oh!
Loose. You have to make a decision, and you have to make it fast.
Okay, team, what are we thinking?
How about we get the hell out of... And then I finish my thought now. Sure, why not? Here. So glad we could stick around to hear the end of that. But I'm afraid that's all the time you had left.
Okay, let's see. Let's load this back. I'm actually here to free you.
Free her? You aren't... I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest. You know the stakes of the situation.
Who says I want to be free? If you don't want to be free, then what do you want?
I want the two of us to fight to the death. I want to feel your knife split my flesh. And I want to hear your bones snap beneath my fists. Is that really too much to ask?
Yeah. Especially that last part. Don't be such a coward. I'm just being cautious. If it comes to violence, we can find a way to deal with her that doesn't involve throwing our life away. I'd rather not die again, and I find it deeply disturbing that you seem to relish the thought of it. Because it doesn't matter if we die again. It'll just be another opportunity to have the fight of our life. We don't know that for sure, and I'd rather not bet on it.
I'm saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh yeah, Mage and Demon Queen, I've seen that. Attempt to free her? Really? Let's attempt to free her, I just want to see what happens.
Did I hear that right? Did Did you just say you're going to try and free her?
Welcome in, Ellie.
She doesn't even want to be free. Exactly. So beyond the apocalyptic moral implications of letting her out, how do we even think that's going to work? I mean, we have a weapon, right? We could always just cut her out, yeah? While she's trying to kill you. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
And then what? Do you think she'll just follow you out of here? Maybe. I don't know. It's worth a shot, isn't it? No, it's not.
We're doing it.
Actually, no, you're not. I have a responsibility to the world here, and I'm not just going to let you throw yourself into a scenario with a literal best outcome
We do.
of everything. Until you come up with any other
I should have made a
idea,
simping bird.
your body remains standing rigidly
It was
in place.
so appropriate, you know? What do you think you're doing? You can't just order our body around like it's some sort of doll.
Watch me. Your left arm lifts
Oh.
to the ceiling with your hand.
No!
Gesture.
Ooh.
See, I can make you do
The
it.
narrator's controlling us.
So what? You barely managed to lift our arm.
What are you doing? What is that? Why are you moving so weird?
The princess, taken aback, flashes her own gesture in return. Hey, you, decision maker. I want us to fight her as much as he wants us to kill her, but this is bullish. Just ignore him. If you want to try and free her, I don't think there's much he can do to actually stop you.
Free.
You know what? Blade in hand, you charge forward to try and free the princess from her binding.
Finally. I have no idea what you were just doing, but I'm glad it's over.
Flash across her wrist, her elbow comes crashing down on your skull. An unsettling crack echoes in your ears. It's a devastating blow. Your body crumples to the floor, limbs suddenly refusing to respond. This might be it.
That's it, huh? You've gotten really soft.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Really?
In just one blow? Yes.
Oh, come on, that's hardly fair. We're not dead. You're just flipping the table over.
It is what it is. You're dead.
All right, fine. This whole thing's a...
Aww. Chapter 3, the Eye of the Needle. Oh, we haven't been to Chapter 3, though.
You're on a path in the wood.
If you weren't so damn focused on freeing her, we wouldn't have died back there.
You're strong, but you're bullheaded.
Voice of the
This
skeptic.
isn't a
That's
fight.
new.
It's a puzzle. She's stronger than us, but we can use that to our advantage.
I hate puzzles.
Yeah, of course you do.
I've never done a puzzle myself, but anything that doesn't get us beaten to death is good in my book. What do you have in mind?
Same thing as last time, only we'll be smarter about it. We're getting her out of there. After that, we're seeing what happens.
Are you insane? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If she gets out of here, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping?
Honey?
Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning?
Thank you for the rose, Taylor.
Why the lies? Why have you been playing the fool? What good could it possibly accomplish?
Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here.
Enlighten me then.
I have no memory of meeting you, but you've clearly seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. You'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here.
So where does that leave us?
It leaves us exactly where we started, and where I'm sure you've already been before. The princess, left unhindered, will bring about the end of the world. You have to put a stop to her. The only way to do that is to slay her.
But we didn't stop her last time. We died. Yet here we are in a world unended. A different world unended, to be sure, but there's still solid ground beneath our feet.
What the hell are you going on about?
Even if he isn't lying, reality clearly continues to be real. So I want to see what happens when she leaves. I think we all need to see the truth.
You absolutely do not need to see that. I've already
Blue!
told you
Hacker
that
on
the
wins
only
blue!
thing to see after she leaves is the end. The
of everything. It's not worth it. The truth is always worth it. If we're going to get to the bottom of things, we need to have a method. We need to isolate a variable, and right now her interaction with the outside world is the most interesting variable there is. It's one of the only things we haven't seen. As much as I appreciate your dedication to scientific rigor, your core assumptions are all wrong. This isn't a puzzle, and this isn't an experiment.
Beautiful blue butterfly for Hackerin.
Situation with apocalyptic consequences.
If we get to 30,000 likes, I'll do another tiny butterfly on my face.
And might I remind you that while it may seem consequence-free to you, that does not make it consequence-free to me, or to the people I'm trying to protect. And for all you know, the end isn't really consequence-free to you. You said yourself that the world is different than what you've already seen. It isn't supposed to be, and if things are changing, they're changing for the worse. It's just how things work here. Treat this like it's your last attempt. Screw it. I'm sick of this smug asshole telling us what to do. If you need help busting her out of there, I'm your man. Welcome aboard.
I'm your
And if things
man.
go bad once we get her out of the cabin, well, at least you'll be able to get the fight you wanted. The rest of you had better keep those two in check. They're far along the edge of a dangerous path. Don't let them go any further.
We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. I wouldn't even call these woods. It's like her influence is poured out into the world.
It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further. But do we know it's her? For all we know, he's in control, pulling the strings to make us too afraid to do anything but slay her.
True?
For all we know, it could be us making the changes. Exactly. And at least as things are now, there's no way for us to know. But the world is clearly not as it seems. If you question reality itself, there's not much I can offer in the way of persuasion, but do consider that it probably isn't helpful for anyone to doubt the ground they stand on.
No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. We might as well see this through.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament. No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. There'll be time for that later. For now, you know what you have to do.
Proceed into the cabin. What's it gonna be this time?
The cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right, but there's nowhere to go in here. This is just a hallway with a mirror at the end of it. A mirror? But there isn't a mirror here. There's the iron altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. Does he really not see it? Or maybe what we see as a mirror, he sees as a door. It is a door. And before you ask, no, it's not a mirror-shaped door. The object at the end of this room is both door-shaped and a door. There shouldn't be any room.
It's door-shaped and a door.
Who cares what it is? It's in our way. We should smash it.
Hi, Unique. Welcome back.
Take it.
How are you today? Okay.
You take the blade from the altar. Good. Wouldn't want to be pushed around without a way to push back. She likes when we can push back, doesn't she?
Oh?
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. This really is just like last time. Can you really not see the mirror?
I'm doing splendiferous, Unique.
It doesn't exist. Another one of your rules. There isn't a mirror. Is it a rule to say that there isn't a mirror when there's clearly one right there? Because if it is, it's not a very good one. I'm inclined to agree, but we don't know how things work here, do we? Just smash it already.
Smash it?
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters.
Hi, Jay.
Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
She hasn't changed as much as she did the time before. She still wants a fight, which means we still know her. We can use that to our advantage.
If you want to fight, then how about you come and get one?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Don't worry about the chains. I've got a plan. Yeah, we'll just have to get her to break them. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But we best remember how to get back up. The last thing we want is to be stuck between a wall and a raging devil. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel.
Hello.
The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness.
Welcome back, Hackerin.
Her face widens into a broad grin. If we're trying to... I really don't like the sound of this. It's the only way to get us both out. And we need to see what happens when she leaves the cabin. You know what? I should have tried to intervene earlier because I can't let you do that. I won't. Toughness, not... Yeah. Doesn't feel nice to be yanked around against your will, does it?
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do that... That's right, you can't be scared. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Not here. If you want me, you'll have to come and get me.
The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you? You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap.
Thank you, Jadely, for the cat paws.
Okay, she's taken the bait. Now let's get out of here. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into
Thank you, Mira.
with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
We're planning on it. You reach the ledge and hoist
Thank you,
yourself up
Mira.
the tunnel. The cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
You continue to the door.
Thank you, Mira.
Real shame if you were stuck. Don't
Oh, no.
listen to him. Knocks at nothing, just barrel through. No!
Free her.
It hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You bastard.
Yeah.
You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. So, this is what the end looks like.
What is this place? Where are we? This doesn't feel right. It's cold. Why is it so cold? I feel so tired.
Thanks, Hackerin. Oop, she got eaten up again. Oop.
She's gone. And there's the...
Alright, approach the mirror. It's time to go now. You approach the mirror. You are nothing at all! We aren't even in the mirror anymore. But that isn't right, you can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
You know what I am.
It's the narrator! A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Oh, if you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you, you've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Oh? Do you have anything to say for yourself for all this hubris?
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
I'm sorry, I don't want it to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions?
You've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
We'll see the princess soon. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as it even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realization. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Are you a part of me or are you something else?
I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
I'm not going to slay her. I want you to know that before you die for good.
There's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echo...
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god? And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh my god. Mira sneakily with the orange.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. She unveils into an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear about our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
A beautiful orange butterfly? For Mira? I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured.
Welcome back, Ashley.
The shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
DJ, every 5,000 likes we put a tiny butterfly on our face. So if we get a lot of likes during the stream, I fill my face with butterflies.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
If you're always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Oh?
Brutality splashes you against the walls, but with stubborn defiance you rise again, and free the one who doesn't know she needs freeing. I didn't know what to make of it then, but I know now. You delivered to me the gift of truth, and now it is my turn to deliver the same gift to you. Do not hide from it. Without obstacles to overcome, we stagnate into nothing.
And we've both grown from it, haven't we?
We have. Look at what we are now, and see how small we were then. You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within, you are tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores.
A nest of things devouring within things devouring. But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There is a natural order to the cycle of things sustaining things. A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance.
You cannot use eating me to prove that you're right.
You still cling to the horror of dying bodies that rot worlds apart from us. How many more vessels would you need to lose before you realize their irrelevance? You become nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. You are terrified of a power so far beyond you that it strips the meaning from your every action. But at the feet of that power, the dark parts of you cannot help but burn away. Your inadequacy is reduced to cinder by the blazing light of the divine. When I had proclaimed my godhood and presented you with a place by my side in my new creation, you gladly took it.
Beautiful green butterfly for Sam.
Without me, there is no future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
I missed when that was you.
My threads, like yours, are unbroken. She is me as much as I was her.
You're welcome, Sam.
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Free yourself? You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel a sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here except for her is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Oh. Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contain 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware just as you always have been, and just as you always will be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Oh. Okay. Just free from the loop. That was sick. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. They give you options. Okay, alright, cool. I think that was the ending. Alright, subscribers! Are we ready to choose the next game?